Hi everyone. Okay, you voted for the next reading. This reading I'm going to do for you now, and you voted for a pick a card reading for how do they feel about me right now. So I'm sure that most people would have intended this to be for a romantic connection, but you can use this reading for a platonic connection. I will read as if most people have asked about a romantic connection because I'm sure that that's what most people will have had in mind. But if you want to apply these messages to a platonic connection, you can do that. You know, this is where your role in this kind of general pick a card reading is to see the bits that resonate for you. It's a discernment exercise. It teaches you to use your own intuition. So really think about the messages that you're accepting, whether or not they're accurate for you. I would recommend picking one pile. Some people may want to listen to more than one, or one for one person, things like that. This is going to be pile number 1. So this is the angel wings and this deck. I will use multiple decks for all of the readings, so including a deck I made myself, which is a shadow deck. This is pile 2, this box and this deck. And this is pile 3, the moonstone crystal and this deck. Okay, so take a moment, pick your deck. I'm going to connect in now. Connecting in, please, my angels, guides, and ancestors, stepping forward at this time to help me with this reading. Archangel Michael putting me in a bubble of love, light, and protection for the duration of the reading, allowing me access to anyone who's watching this to give clear messages for their highest good. Please group them into 3 piles to deliver clear messages for them today around what the person on their mind is thinking about them currently, or chances, changes, possibilities, probabilities, most likely outcomes, please, Spirit. Closing down the energies, restoring the auric fields, and wrapping us in universal love, light, and protection at the end of the reading. Okay, I'm just going to move these decks over. So we're going to kick off with pile 1. I actually found these angel wings. If you're a subscriber, you'll see on my community tab, I find a lot of stuff when I go jogging, like something every day. And I found these angel wings after I'd asked my angels for a sign. So I would say, especially if you didn't already know that, but you picked this deck intuitively, then you may have been asking for signs and synchronicities. You may want to look out for that. Your person may feel there are some synchronicities between you. They may have felt like they were lost and found when they found you, something like that. Or some of you may be in separation from this person, so they feel like they're missing part of them because this wing is missing a part of it and it's like a bit incomplete. So your person may be feeling a little bit incomplete. They may see it as a spiritual connection, or you do. Remember, the roles can be reversed, especially in general readings. So I do recommend personal readings, especially as I'm getting more subscribers, so the energy is scattered. Please do remember to subscribe, thumbs up, and comment. It helps me a lot, but also it means that you may get a free reading once I reach 3,000 subscribers. All right, so what does pile 1's person on their mind feel about them currently? What are they feeling for my pile 1 people currently? How do they feel? The person on your mind is trying to prioritize their own happiness. They may feel like something about this connection was a wish come true. They may also feel like you are trying to make yourself happy. You are trying to prioritize yourself. You have had some kind of glow up. You are self-sufficient. This is not a together card, but it's a card of someone finding happiness within themselves. So if we're asking how they feel about you, they feel like you're quite satisfied, you're quite okay, you're quite independent. But they may also be trying to kind of find that within themselves. How do they feel? They feel that you're very empathic, intuitive, caring, connected. They may feel like you're trying to find some kind of emotional comfort at this time, or you're healing things at this time within. I'm not getting how they feel about you I'm getting more how they see you. Well, I guess it's the same thing. Hang on, my healing hurts. I want my healing hurts on. Hang on, that's better. They may feel like you're a healer, you know, with those healing hurts going off like that in some way. They may feel you're deeply empathic. You may be a water sign. Their emotions towards you could be very watery, but they almost feel like you're okay without them, is kind of the energy I'm getting from this. How are they feeling about you at this time? They feel you're very caring and giving. They would like to be able to offer you something that is tangible. So these are positive cards to have coming out, especially if you were thinking of something to do with a job or a career, not necessarily a romantic thing, because this can be about someone coming in and offering you something. Maybe this is a kind of dream come true, this person offering you something, whatever the situation is. How do they feel about pile 1 currently, please, Spirit? I was going to say, why are you here getting a reading? Because it seems very positive, but for some of you, there may be that they're already in some kind of connection, and therefore there's competition or conflict around the connection with you. So although they want to offer you something stable and solid, they may feel kind of conflicted about that, potentially, for some of you. How does pile 1's person feel about them? I did just see the 8 of Cups somewhere wanting to pop out, which is the card of needing to walk away from something or someone. So for some of you, that could be a factor. Here's the Ace of Pentacles again. That's a very strong message, pile 1, that this person is thinking seriously of what they can offer you. But in the past, if they've been inconsistent, they're also thinking about that. They may also be changing their mind a lot about whether or not they can offer you something. They may think, God, I just want to rush in and give an offer, but no, I can't, because there's this conflict and it needs to be stable. For some of you, this could be about a boss and a job. For some of you, you may feel like this person is your divine masculine. They are a bit stubborn, and the Hierophant has come out twice, so that is a very strong message. This is why I like to use multiple decks. That many of them may be married or in a serious commitment, if it's not that this is a job thing, because it could be a job thing as well. But either way, I would say this person, I mean, for some of you, it could be that this person wants to propose. If you're not someone that you know that there's this kind of conflict, then this could be a very straightforward message. And this would be if you're already in a commitment, okay? Let's not do a general reading where if you've never spoken to this person for a year, I'm saying they're going to propose to you. This is where you've got to use your discernment. For some of you, they may already be married or in a serious commitment. This is something you would already know. If that's the case, they would like to offer you something solid and stable, but they're aware that they can't really offer you something solid and stable. So they're a bit conflicted. And yeah, there is competition and conflict. But for others of you, this could just be that this person sees you as their wish fulfillment and they want to marry you. But some of you, this is a work situation as well, or there's something to do with work. So maybe for some of you, they want to work on something with you. They want to offer you something like a contract. But for everyone who I'm speaking to, this person is not ready to give up on this connection. That I can tell you for sure. So this is kind of a positive thing. The only thing that worries me is there's some slight conflict around maybe a group dynamic, which I don't feel is great, but in general, it's not, this person is feeling positive towards you. Should we see if does this person have romantic feelings towards pile 1 at this time? The Queen of Cups again. They definitely see you as healing. I would be cautious of that with the 4 of Wands coming out, which is also a card of healing, and you see this woman tending to this other person and they're there healing them and by their kind of bedside, and I already got this vibe of you being a healer with the whole Queen of Cups thing, and then it comes out again. Just be cautious, especially for those of you that you know your person is involved in something else, that they don't just see you as this very healing person in a way that means that it's kind of a bit like not balanced. Interesting that 2 Kings come out. Maybe for some of you, they know that you have other options at this time as well. One option may be more suited to you. They also may have a conflict between their emotions and their practical side with these two kings coming out. This is not a straightforward reading for pile 1, but I'm thinking the people who chose it, it will make sense to them. It's not a bad reading, but when I ask if they have romantic feelings for you, it's more like they see you as healing. Remember, this is their current feelings, okay? So this is just the current feelings. It's not what's going to happen, but it keeps coming out, the Queen of Cups. They see you as a very big-hearted person that has a lot of love to give, and they want to receive your love. But can they give you the love too? Because emotionally, they seem a lot more closed off. And they may be juggling another option. So, you know, just be aware of this. The Queen of Cups can sometimes have bad boundaries and rescue other people but not look after herself, and we just have so many cards about healing and about how this person almost sees you as someone to rescue them and take them away from their difficulties. And is that enough for you? Because maybe you've had cycles of needing to rescue this person. Maybe that dynamic between you is something that needs to change. How is pile 1's person feeling about them currently, please, Spirit? Give me a very clear... There is conflict. So for a lot of you, this is conflict because there are too many people. There's competition. Maybe you have a choice of different people. Maybe they do. I feel like your advice is to have some, not that that's the question, but to have some good boundaries. Because as I was talking about the Queen of Cups not having very good boundaries, the Queen of Swords does. But also this could be that there is this other woman, right? Or other person. It's not gender specific. I do feel like there's an unequal give and take in this dynamic that I would be very cautious of. They see you as someone very giving, but what are you receiving? You know, that's the question. Especially if they're giving into another connection more fully, as in they're already married or they're already in a commitment. You need to kind of know your value and your worth. For some of you, they may have children with somebody else as well. So their feelings towards you are not bad, but it feels like they have feelings towards you being very healing, but they're not really giving you much back. And maybe they're aware of that dynamic as well, because we're asking what their feelings are. Let's get some oracle cards, and I'll get one of my cards as well. What do we need to know for pile 1? Breathe. So maybe you're in a period of like separation or distance from this person, but again, this is a very healing energy. Maybe you are a healer. Maybe you do yoga, meditation, things like that. I do feel like there have been some cycles with you and this person. There could be some karmic cycles. Maybe watch my last video about soulmate connections and the karma. Maybe think about doing the Akashic reset. And this is about you maybe manifesting. But for some of you, they do want to create something with you, whether it's through a job or something like that. And they feel like you're home to them. But it's weird because why are they then, if they are with somebody else? So this person, I would say, in their feelings is a little bit conflicted because they may have to leave another connection, but maybe they're already feeling like they need to leave that connection because you feel like home. So we're not asking what they're going to do. We're asking what their current feelings are, you know? Maybe they've just had a breakup or they're about to, and they're thinking that you're going to be someone that's going to be very healing to them. I just want you to be a little bit cautious of that if you've had cycles with this person where you've done this a lot. What do we need to know for pile 1? Have faith in your dreams. So really think about manifestation. Maybe this person has also been dreaming of you. Maybe you are something that is like almost like a far off dream for them. When their life becomes difficult, you're almost like this healing thing that gives them faith and hope of transformation. But there is a bigger picture to this that you need to be aware of. It's not as simple as how they're feeling about you right now. There's a lot of other stuff involved in this dynamic. And it may be that it's a very emotional time for you or them or both of you at this time. Maybe the last full moon we had in Aries was particularly like a big release Let's get one in my deck. Oops. This is an alchemical take on the tarot. My father wrote the guide. He's a psychoanalyst. It's a shadow deck. What do we need to know for pile 1? How does the person feel about them right now? Temperance. They feel your healing. That's all I can really say to you. I will read from the deck, but they feel like you're a healing person in their life. And I want you to be cautious of that. I know that sounds like a nice thing, and it would be nice for you to have someone in your life who could be healing for you too, but something is not really that balanced here. And it's not fair that they come to you like some kind of lighthouse when they're lost in the dark and you bring them this balance and healing if they're not giving it back to you. And if you keep allowing them to do it in the kind of flip side of the Queen of Cups, where it's kind of like she gives in order to receive, or it's an emotional manipulation almost, or it's like putting yourself, like not putting your needs first and putting other people's needs in front of you, you're gonna run into a tricky dynamic. But I do feel like there is an angelically guided connection here, and even the fact that you picked the angel wings, and then the Temperance card is the last card that comes out, which is the angel. It's also a card of, it's like a gender neutral card as well. So that may be important in the connection, but they do see you as very healing. But I just want you to think about what you get out of this as well. Not that that's the topic of the reading. Let's read from this then. So this is the alchemical process of distillation, including evaporation and precipitation. The dunghill in the background here with the rose represents the promise or faith of the potential new growth from the mess or the dung heap of the nigredo, which is the depression or the darkening in alchemy. So again, you represent faith and hope to this person when things are at their darkest. Whilst in the nigredo phase, it is necessary to balance energies in the psyche and in life. There needs to be creative interaction between the conscious and unconscious in order to make sense and value of the material. There should be a new sense of connection. The nigredo is an uncomfortable psychological position which requires patience and introspection in order to derive meaning. There is also anxiety and sadness as the old is let go and the new has yet to make itself manifest. So they could be in this transition phase in their life between old and new, and they see you as this beacon of light and hope at that time, which is nice and beautiful as long as there's balance. So just be aware of your own boundaries and don't blame someone for overstepping your boundaries if you're kind of allowing them to do it. You have to look at the pattern you have and you play within this. So in its reverse, which is what you need to be aware of in the shadow, it's about restricting life through fear and anxiety, avoiding change, overdeveloped one-sided identifications, and defensive over-identification with a persona or rigid persona. They may, in their dark side, know they need to leave something but stay. They may also kind of project and over-identify you as being this thing of hope, but they don't want to even be with you because they prefer you to be at a distance and be this thing that they can look at and hope for, because then it's always there for them. But if they were to leave this other thing and actually come towards you, if that didn't work out, what would they have? So it's almost like it's safer to keep you as this kind of angel on a pedestal that they can hope and you can heal them. But I don't know, there's something a little bit unhealthy in that. And you may have also an unhealthy projection of them and idealization of them. And this thing about has yet to make itself manifest. Maybe if you have been trying to manifest this is something you need to think about, this dynamic. But that's a different reading. But that's all I've got time for pile 1. Thanks very much for joining me. Please like the reading if it was helpful. Comment, subscribe. I'll do a new reading every week that you guys can vote on in the poll. So check out the community tab. If this is where you're leaving me today, I'm sending you guys so much love, light, and positivity. And thank you for being part of this community, this rapidly growing community here on YouTube. And if you want a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. I will be going on holiday from the 24th until the 5th of October till November. 24th of October till the 5th of November. So if you want a reading soon, then book soon before I get really busy, because I'm sure I will. I usually do before I go away. Okay, this is group 2 people. Now, something about this connection could be a little bit boxed in and secretive with this box. This box was given to me by a good friend, and it is a very important thing. It's almost like a little memory. It's almost like pressing a flower in a press to keep its beauty, holding on to that memory. I get that kind of energy. So they may have precious memories of you that they hold very close to them, or that they want to hold on to as a memento or keepsake. You may have given them something that they hold dear. This could be, you could be slightly older in terms of age, not necessarily, but there could be something very old about this, as in maybe it's even a past life thing. Let's have a look what the cards say. What do we need to know for group 2, Spirit? How does their person feel about them right now? 4 of Wands. Okay. So they feel a sense of connection. They feel like you feel like home. It's interesting because I said the past life thing, you know, and this idea of pressing this memory into this special receptacle. So there could be really cherished memories. You could have given this person something that they hold very dear, but they feel like you are home, you know, your happiness. Maybe some of you are married to this person, or there's just some kind of commitment, or it's just a deeply spiritual connection. They may feel like they want to see you as well, have a reconciliation, reunion, but I was going to say, why? What's the problem then? For some of you, this could be a third-party situation where there's some kind of commitment already. Or there is just some kind of heartbreak for some reason. And maybe that's why they're holding on to these memories so preciously. Because it feels like they want to keep holding on. And I'm getting this song, like, I'll keep on holding on until the love is gone, or because our love is strong. I can't remember what the song is, but it's like they want to keep holding on. Queen of Pentacles. They definitely see your value and your worth. They may feel like they have kept you holding on for a really long time. You may be someone that's very solid and stable to them. Maybe they know they've put you in some kind of situation where you've had to wait for a long time. And again, they may need to walk away from someone. So it's a similar message to pile 1. For some of you, actually, though, it could be that you have walked away from this person. Maybe this was someone you were married to, or you had a deep connection to. They may feel they're losing you, which is why they're trying to hold on to these memories. They may fear that they're losing this person that brings them this sense of stability. It could be you that has walked away from them, and they could be feeling heartbreak about this. It's actually a very different energy to pile 1, but there's a sense of someone walking away in both. But the person in pile 1 was much more a little bit selfish and thinking of pile 1 as their healer. This person is more really, really emotional, and they're emotionally very invested in this, and they're feeling heartbroken. And I feel it maybe because you have walked away from them. Maybe you watch both piles. There could be something in it. For some people watch all 3 piles, and that's absolutely fine. I feel like you are doing really well. Maybe they're seeing you glow up. Maybe they're seeing you on social media, or you're in a role where you're doing public speaking or something like that. They may be looking at you from a distance, feeling like they miss you. With the Queen of Wands, they're very drawn to you. You're very magical. Again, there are 2 queens. So for some of you, this could be either that this is a same-sex connection, or it's not really gender specific, but you could both be more feminine in energy. For some of you, there could be competition between 2 people with these 2 queens and the 3 of swords. I mean, it's a general reading, so you have to kind of see how that applies to you. If you know there's a third party situation, then this is on this person's mind. Maybe you had another option, but whatever the case, this person sees you as their soulmate. or twin flame, whatever term applies. And it's not helpful to really label these things. I do have a video on spiritual connections that I posted last week that may be very useful for you guys to watch. If you feel you're in a deep spiritual connection, it may help you understand it. If this is something that you're just kind of understanding, it's a new thing. But this person feels very connected to you. So they feel like you're home, they feel like you're their person, but also there may be an extra personal dynamic in this, or there's some kind of sadness. Something went wrong here. But I love this deck because the Three of Swords, it looks like it's being patched up. So I feel like they want to sort things out with you. Yeah, exactly. With the Ace of Cups, this person wants to have a new beginning with you. They want healing with you. I don't feel like it's like they want to be healed by you. I think it's that they want this connection to heal. This person feels much more like they would be coming to offer you something, and less like they're just taking from you, which is more of pile one, was like they were a healer and this person was drawn to their light. Yes, same vibe, but I get a sense that this person wants something reciprocal. It's a much more reciprocal and balanced energy. And for some of you, it really could be like same sex or something like that with this rainbow, or just rainbows are a sign for you or something like that. What do we need to know? Pile two's person, how do they feel about pile two right now? There is some kind of self-sabotage or self-deception or deception here. Maybe if there was a third party, they may feel like they've snuck away, or you have snuck away. You have ghosted them. You've gone distant. They don't feel that sense of connection to you that they want to have. What do we need to know? How does pile two's person feel about them? Yeah, I feel like they feel a separation and a distance, and they want to close that gap. They may feel like they've kept you waiting a long time so that you've had to leave, or you've kept them waiting. Someone's been kept waiting here for too long, and there may have been silence between you, but telepathic communication. Communication through songs, dreams, signs, synchronicities, things like that. All I can say for this group is how they feel about you right now is connected, although there's a distance. And as I say that, the Lovers card, I mean, this is my deep soul connection / twin flame group, if there was one. Ace of Cups, the Lovers, Two of Cups, Four of Wands. You know, there's a lot of love and energy between you, but there are some difficulties. We're not asking what's going to happen. We're just asking what they feel. But what they feel is that they would like a new beginning. Whether or not that will energetically happen is a different thing. I'm going to get some oracle cards. I'll use my deck. Maybe get a personal reading with me if this is resonating, if you want to see what's going to happen next. But make sure you subscribe and like. You can then vote in the community poll for the next video you'd like as well. And also, if I get to once I get to 3,000 subscribers, I'll give one subscriber who comments a free reading. Your commitment is being tested. Yeah, so for some of you, this person is in a commitment, or if you feel like you're in a deep spiritual connection, but you're kind of losing faith with this, they may know that they've pushed you so far that you're almost giving up. And this may be what they're fearing and why they're fearing losing you. And this may be actually causing them to think, okay, I might need to take some action here. Because they're very worried that nothing will come of this. That's what their fear is. Their feelings towards you now is that there is such a strong connection, but maybe nothing is going to happen in the connection. And you might have that fear too. You guys may be mirroring each other. It's very common in these sorts of connections. So there's a big need for you to work through your fears with this. Think about manifestation. I do lots of videos about that on my channel. I also do it privately with my clients. There is some kind of healing that needs to happen here. They want healing to happen, but yeah, and I do feel they want this end of a difficult cycle. For some of you, if they are in a commitment, then maybe they will walk away from that, but that's just for some of you. They want an end of a difficult time with you, and they want a new beginning, basically. And the circumstances will be slightly different for everyone. But how they feel is they feel connected to you, although they're at a distance. They want a new beginning with you, but it's also difficult. You know, that's the feelings at the moment. tune into the portal of your heart, inner temple. I feel like they feel very connected to you in terms of the heart space. They're very in their feelings. This person is deeply in their feelings. And you see these kind of mirroring, these two women mirroring each other again. It's like this mirrored energy between you. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. They may see you as a very spiritual person. They may also be opening up to their spirituality. Again, the rainbow. Rainbows may be a sign for you guys. Transformation, things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. I do think there is a big change needed here, and it will come in. You may need to work on some kind of boundaries with this person, especially if it is a deep connection like this. Maybe some of you did listen to pile 1 as well, because they had something about boundaries as well and healing. Let's see, how does pile 2's person feel about them right now? Express your love through gifts, relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need to change. They know that something about the dynamic was unhealthy, and they know they need to change it, and they're thinking about those patterns that they've had with you, with other people. Maybe they're thinking about the cycles that you've been through together. But I knew there was something about keepsakes. Express your love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. If you've given this person something, or they've given something to you, or they have any objects of yours in their house, I really feel they're almost holding on to these or holding them in their hands to give them strength. Or if it's just the memories, they are literally like putting them like precious flowers in pages and pressing them down to preserve them. They're trying to preserve these beautiful moments in a time when maybe things are difficult, because you get a pearl from an oyster shell. So it's about a particle of silt accumulating this beautiful sheen, but it comes as an intrusion into the mollusk, right? So it's about beauty from kind of trauma and from dirt. So there's something very beautiful that comes to them at a time of difficulty, and you may have given them something, even if it was just something emotional, and they're really holding on to that. Again, I'm seeing a mirror here. Maybe mirror work would be very good for you. Mirror magic, affirmations in the mirror. Maybe they're really taking a look at themselves in the mirror, but for a lot of you, there is something about mirroring here. So whatever you're feeling towards them, they may be feeling towards you. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. Maybe this person is feeling exhausted. Maybe there is a separation between you and this person. I feel like if that's the case, you're getting communication through dreams with this card. I don't know if you can see this woman is kind of sleeping at the bottom of the sea, but it's almost like she's dreaming of this man above her. I don't know if you can see that here. Once I get some more subscribers, I will be updating all the info on the channel, all the equipment for the channel very soon. But anyway, I do think with that High Priestess card and these cards, there is non-verbal communication going on here with you two. Okay, pile 2 people. This is my deck. I made it in collaboration with my father, who's a Jungian psychoanalyst. It's an alchemical take on tarot from a Jungian perspective. Can we get a card for pile 2? How does that person feel about them right now, please, Spirit? Temperance came out again. I'm not going to take all of these. Again, this is a healing energy. It's about beauty and transformation from darkness. This is about the Negrido, which is the shadow in psychoanalysis, or the blackening phase in alchemy. And it's about new life growing and hope growing out of darkness. It's about balance. I feel like some of you may have listened to pile 1, and if not, I've said it so many times that some of you should go back and listen to pile 1. They see you as a very healing person. The energy is slightly different, but for some of you it could be that it is the same person, and this is just a more expansive read on the situation, because there are quite a few overlaps. I don't want to go through reading out what this card means. I've kind of told you. It's the Temperance card. It's balance and healing, but it's about alchemy of darkness into growth and rebirth. But this person sees you as deeply healing. But I do recommend that you guys who are really resonating with this and like my readings, go back and listen to that whole reading rather than me reading this out again, because the whole thing will maybe be helpful to you. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Book a personal reading with me if you'd like one. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. Join the community, vote on the next reading. I will be away between the 24th of October and the 5th of November. So if you want a reading that gets back to you before like the 8th of November, do book soon with me through my Etsy. And if you're leaving me here, I'm sending you so much love, light, positivity, and wishing you all the best. Take care, pile 2. Okay. So pile 3 people, I was going to say you stole the Moonstone. What a weird channeled message. I don't think any of you stole the Moonstone. You chose the Moonstone and this deck, which is iridescent. Both of these things are very sparkly. Maybe you stole this person's kind of heart or attention. Maybe they feel like they're not good enough to have you. There's something weird about me saying stole there. Maybe they feel like this is a kind of stolen connection almost, like they have to steal precious moments with you, or that something about it is too good to be true, like they're not good enough for you because it's all very glitzy and shiny and stolen kisses. I don't know what I'm channeling about that. It's like it's almost transparent, but it's not. So there's something clouded, maybe confused, but there is something very beautiful at the same time. But I don't think everything is that clear with you guys at this time. 6 of Cups. Beautiful soul connection though. And maybe a feeling of knowing one another from childhood. There could be something to do with children involved. They may want to apologize for something, especially if you've had your boundaries and maybe you've demanded some kind of clarity. If things have been unclear, yeah, especially with the High Priestess, maybe something was a little bit unclear and clouded. Maybe you have kind of wanted there to be clarity. Maybe your intuition is telling you something here. There could be some kind of conflict going on with this person. They may feel very defensive of this connection. With the Queen of Swords and the 9 of Wands, this person feels about you at the moment that there's a soul connection that is very sweet and beautiful, and innocent and fun and nice and everything good, sugar and spice and all things nice and great things. But also there's a lot of inner conflict around this, and they are so defensive. I don't know whether some of you kind of spoke your truth or put your guard up and they're just feeling like you're very guarded and defensive of yourself, but I also feel they may be very guarded. And I do think there are some hidden elements here with me getting this energy from the Moonstone of things not being totally clear, and then the High Priestess coming out. She is also very guarded. She doesn't say everything that she wants to say. Again, we have 2 queens. It could be a same-sex thing I'm reading on, or there could be 2 women involved in this, as in competition. Seems like it's a running theme. How does this person feel about them? It may just be that they feel that you have 2 sides to you as well. They care about you a lot. But again, they're very, they could be a little bit wishy-washy and very emotional about this for some reason. It's weird. It's like very emotional, but very guarded. Maybe there's been some kind of painful ending between you. I think this group, there's been some kind of painful ending. There could have been some kind of betrayal. It feels like how they feel about you right now is they would like to apologize, or they would like an apology. They would like a reunion and a reconciliation, but at the same time, maybe they feel like you're just way too guarded. There have been too many secrets. You've got your guard up. They feel like you would have an argument with them, maybe especially if they've put you in a third-party situation or there's been some kind of competition. But they do have deep feelings for you, but it's like they're guarded and afraid because maybe they know they've hurt you. How does Group 3's person feel about them? The Hermit. They definitely feel like they can't come towards you, but they would like to be able to. if they do, it will take a long time. So they may be thinking about, could I reach out to this person to apologize or whatever? But they don't feel ready to do that yet. I don't know what has happened between you, but if there's been some kind of painful ending or betrayal in the connection, I feel like that is too fresh. Especially if there was some kind of competition. It feels like, especially if you had some kind of argument over social media or electronic messaging, or maybe they've been looking at you online, or there's just something. Three queens. I can't ignore three queens in a reading. There could have been some kind of competition or something. They may feel like they've hurt you too much, if this is the case. How do they feel? The Sun, the Seven of Pentacles. So they do want clarity and happiness, but it feels like they know that this will take time. Maybe the time isn't right. For some of you, you may have a child with this person. You may have been in a deep connection with this person and invested a lot of time and energy. This is a strange reading. You have the Six of Cups and the Sun. So for some of you, you may have known this person since childhood, or you may have children together. They may have messed up in some way, and they want to apologize, but at the same time, they feel impotent almost. I don't mean medically impotent. I mean emotionally, they feel like they can't move, like they can't come towards you. They need to give it more time. Maybe they need to work out within themselves something. The Emperor was wanting to come out before. They could be a bit stubborn, or just not able to actually connect that well to their emotions, even though they do feel, or they do have emotions, but they kind of keep them a bit held back. That's why there's more to this connection than it seems, right? It's like, I got the feeling they didn't feel good enough for you. And I honestly feel they feel that they have messed up really badly. They may have been very immature in some way. Their communication may have been terrible and immature, and they just feel not good enough. Yeah, they feel sad. They feel like they've missed a good opportunity. They're too obsessed by what they've done wrong or what's gone wrong to see the potential here for happiness. They are a little bit in a self-indulgent vibe, but not really. For some of you, something sad, like some grief may have happened. They may be mourning something, but for a lot of you, I feel they know they've hurt you. They do have emotional feelings for you. They do kind of want to offer you something, but at the same time, they are too focused on what they've done wrong. I think it's what they have done wrong, yeah. They may have had a lot of other options or kept you as an option. They may have been confused about what they wanted. Again, with the Moonstone, it may be that their feelings actually change all the time. And that's why I'm getting several things of what they're feeling. Because honestly, we're asking how this person feels right now. We're not asking what's going to happen. And this person's feeling right now is confused, jumbled, not clear. Like they're kind of not enough, but they want to be. But at the same time, they can't make a decision. They feel like they can't come forwards. They feel very trapped by their own thoughts, their own fears, and their limiting beliefs. I don't know what's gone on with you, but I feel like they feel they've hurt you too much. And for a lot of you, they may have chosen somebody else or put you in a third-party situation. Not everyone, obviously. If that's that's not the case, this is just not your reading. But these readings will key into the most strong energies. And I'm reading for more people, so it's not like a personal reading. So I do recommend a personal reading. But if it resonates, obviously it's your reading, right? I feel like this person sees your value, but they also just feel they've messed up. Yeah, they definitely see your value. Maybe you're the mother of their kids. Something like that. How does pile 3's person feel about them right now? The ever-unfolding rose, cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. Yeah, so they feel like something painful has happened here. They feel like they've hurt you, they've cracked you open, they've broken something beautiful, but maybe they don't realize that these lessons are there to help them. It feels like they are having some kind of awakening. Maybe they're becoming aware of spirituality. They're integrating some kind of painful lessons. It may just be that this person is going through something really painful in their life, and so they can't be thinking about you because there's something else going on that's distracting. But I do think they're longing for you with this longing for home card. I do feel like this person is missing your energy, but I don't feel, and we're not asking what they're going to do in this reading, but I just feel like they're not actually taking action. Yeah, show the world the real you. I don't think they are showing the world the real them. I think they may be kind of wearing a mask. They're not opening up about how they feel. There is some kind of distance, but they would like some kind of healing with you, and there's a lot to release. They kind of hope that there can be a new beginning that is more positive between you, but they're aware that they would need to be honest and open, and I don't know whether they're prepared for that yet, because I think it would make them feel too vulnerable. This is a vulnerable person who cloaks it in self-protection. So they could actually be going through something very serious and feeling a lot, but you may never know it, which is a difficult dynamic. I like when I do personal readings for people, I love when the person's feelings and intentions and what they've told the client all align, because it's like, great, you can trust what this person says. Whereas this person, it's like, unless you're a psychic or whatever, very hard to know how this person is truly feeling. And also, I don't know what their intentions are. Not that that's the topic of this reading, but I would just say this person is really confused. And they know that they need to practically maybe offer you something or do something, but maybe they can't do that quite yet. And they're like, it would just never work. But they do feel very connected to you. Interesting. At the moment, though, they're not doing much. They're just in their energy, kind of swimming in their emotions. With this meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces, it's almost like they're overwhelmed by their emotions, but you would maybe not even know that. Super weird energy. How does pile 3's person feel about them? Physical touch, a tender touch can mean so much. Maybe they're really craving you physically. This person may actually, for some of you, have like sex addiction issues. Maybe they've really prioritized sexual intimacy. Maybe they can't communicate verbally, but they have a physical love language. And that's how they show their love. But they need to listen and talk to you. There needs to be the quality time as well. And I think they're aware of that. I think they would like that. Consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. But maybe this person cheated on you, or they're a commitment phobe, or they can't give you the solid stuff. They can only really give you that sexual aspect of it, even if they feel more. But that is the frustrating thing for you. Look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you realize. That's a message for you. Especially if because this is a difficult situation. You may have been trying to find out what the fuck is going on with your person through loads of online readings, reading for yourself, but you may be getting nowhere because this person is hard to read. I mean, I can usually read stuff really well, but this person, I'm like, what is going on here? I mean, I got it, but it's like difficult to read. I would advise you not to watch loads of general readings. It would be better to get a personal reading. You can get one with me in the description below, or, anyone you trust, but maybe not reading for yourself either, because I feel that's quite hard sometimes unless you're very good at kind of knowing how to do that. Even I find it difficult for myself. It is tricky, but getting an outside perspective, because I mean, I do feel if you look within, you can get the answers, but I just see you just endlessly trying to find out what is going on here, because this person's confusing. But you need to realize you are strong. Maybe this situation has taught you a lesson in that you can be strong. You have these inner reserves. Maybe it has caused you to become more spiritual as you try to understand what is going on with your person. I have a video, my last video, which is about deep soul connections. And it's like a teaching video. It may be quite helpful to you if this is resonating, to understand the dynamics of these connections, especially if you're new to this sort of thing. It might be a good, helpful thing for you to watch. It's not clickbaity fairy tale stuff, okay? It will hopefully be helpful. Let me get one of my deck for you now. This is an alchemical tarot deck done with my father, who's a Jungian psychoanalyst and alchemist. Okay, how does your person feel about you? The Magician. It can be a manipulative card. It can be the trickster, especially in this deck. I'm going to read my father's deck. It's not a replacement for psychoanalytical advice, but it does go from a Jungian perspective. If I was you guys, what did I say about stolen with this? This person may know that they've acted out of their integrity. I mean, we didn't get the Seven of Swords, but with my feeling of this and them feeling so guilty. Now, that's the thing I couldn't put my finger on until this card came out. This group, your person feels guilty, but it's buried. It's buried so fucking deep that it took me, I don't know how long this reading is, but it took me that long to get it. And they are deceiving themselves so much that I didn't even get the Seven of Swords popping out. And they're not even in touch with their emotions enough to know that they feel guilty. But they may have been manipulative. They may have got something from you under false pretenses or just acted out of integrity with what I got channeled from this card and the other messages I got. I just want to see, like, does this yeah, maybe they caused a lot of destruction in your life. Maybe they disrupted your life. Maybe there was a breakup. The good thing is you want the Star card to come after the Tower card, because that is healing after trauma, and they come after each other in the deck. So you will be fine. You should work on manifestation of self-love and put yourself first. But this person knows they've caused chaos in your life. They would probably like to heal it, but they don't really even know how to go about doing it. And they're just full of anxiety. But it's not even in a way that you would necessarily see or that they even are processing properly. So let me read you this card. This is the alchemical process. This is the prima materia, the feminine and masculine elements combined, the archetypal psychic structure of extreme antiquity. In his clearest manifestations, he is a faithful reflection of an absolutely undifferentiated human consciousness, corresponding to a psyche that has hardly left animal level. He lacks fear and directs the flow of the elements, earth, air, fire, and water. He is ambivalent figure, both the sorcerer and the trickster. Yeah? Like, do you see where I'm going with this? Hermes, anima space, the enchanter, the hero, the sorcerer, and the shaman. This person is charming, but a little bit, you need to be cautious of this person because they are not aware enough to even realize how they hurt people. But they kind of are, which is maybe why they keep themselves away from you, because they do actually care about you. Super interesting channeled info. This reading doesn't resonate with me at all. I don't know how many people it will resonate with. Like sometimes when I do a reading, I'm like, oh, this would be my pile. Or I can imagine that this would resonate with a lot of my clients. But as I'm reading for more and more people, it's less like that because I'm reading for lots of people and not everyone a client anymore. But this one especially is a super specific thing. So I wonder how many people would have picked this pile. But if you're comfortable leaving a comment and letting me know it resonates, I would be interested how these readings have resonated with people. Anyway, he is both a bestial and divine being whose chief and most alarming characteristic is his unconsciousness. See, this person is not aware even of how they feel about you. They're totally unconscious. They're in ego. They haven't integrated any of it. They haven't processed anything, this person. Okay. Although he's not really evil, he does the most atrocious things from sheer unconsciousness and unrelatedness in nature. So this person has probably hurt you a lot, but by not even meaning to. You know what I mean? Which kind of can make it feel worse. But I think this person does feel guilty, but it's buried. It's locked away. The primitive cosmic being of divine animal nature, on the one hand superior to man because of his superhuman qualities, on the other hand inferior to him because of his unreason and unconsciousness. This person may be someone that is super successful in some ways, but very limited emotionally. Blah, 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 blah. These defects are the mark of his human nature, which is so well adapted to the environment as the animals which is not so well adapted to the environment as the animals, but instead he prospects a much higher development of consciousness based on a considerable eagerness to learn. The beginning of a new path in life, falling off the established path, albeit with some self-confidence. A greater dialogue between the conscious self and unconscious through dreams, fantasy, imagery, and temptation. The power of the unconscious may manifest as magical, miraculous, or beguiling. There is the possibility that the consciousness may succumb to the trickster. The increased manifestation of the unconscious, which may include shadow components, may lead to an increased awareness of the need for moral choice and moral judgment. But for the trickster, ends may justify means, and moral judgments may become relative rather than absolute under the influence. This may lead to moral confusion. This is exactly it. This person, I don't know how much you know about the shadow. This person is not processing their shadow. They don't see their darkness. They hurt people and they don't consciously see they've done it, but unconsciously they feel guilty. This is so interesting. I got it as soon as I touched this. What did I say? Stolen? They stole something from you, even if it was just your hope in love. I gotta say, I don't usually say it, and if this doesn't resonate, this is not your pile. Pick another pile, pick another reading. I've done loads of readings. And only take it if this is resonating, and get a personal reading. But I have to warn you guys, I don't like this person's energy. I really don't. I know it's a general reading, so that's why I'm saying only if what I'm saying you know to be true. But if you do, cord cut with this person. I don't like this person's energy. I don't usually get messages like this in my general readings. It's because I'm reading for more people, but this might be for one specific person. I don't like this person's energy. I just don't. Okay, in the reverse, which is what the shadow sides, psychological instability, misuse of powers of persuasion with others and self-persuasion, perusal of ambitions of self over others, abuse of power, reversal of flow, anxiety, fear, dread. Yeah, I don't like this person. Sorry. But it will only be for some of you. I think a lot of you probably didn't pick this pile. If you watched pile 1 and 2 and then thought, oh, I'll watch pile 3 too, I wouldn't. This is not your message. Anything else just as advice for pile 3, because I just think they need it. Why in reverse? Think about why you're even asking about this person. What patterns in your life have led you to this place? What do you need to heal within yourself so that you don't keep repeating this pattern with this person? Sometimes this can be like the Akashic record. So my Akashic reset may be useful for you if you feel you are repeatedly repeating patterns. I feel you may have a very loyal heart. Maybe this person manipulated you and gaslit you and abused your good nature. I feel deep down you have a feeling of this person and their intentions. And I would trust that niggling feeling. For a lot of you, there's an unfinished cycle and a repeat pattern that keeps happening with this person. Maybe you go back to try and understand what it is, but maybe some symphonies are meant to be unfinished. This person is flexible with the truth maybe, or in who they are. They're a bit of shapeshifter in a way that I don't fully like. I do think deep down this person feels bad, which is why they may not have contacted you. That may be a blessing. That may be this person's only way of truly showing love is to disappear from your life because they know they've caused such havoc. So maybe if you feel like, why is this happening to me? Was it you guys who got the ever unfolding rose cracked open? It's happening for me, not to me. Maybe the universe is protecting you. Sometimes rejection is divine protection. Just saying. Final message for pile 3. Be bold and make the first move. This is about you taking charge of your life and maybe making decisions for yourself, not waiting for this person. That way you can balance the scales. I think in love you're going to have a good balanced relationship coming in. But I don't know, it's really not for all of you, this pile. But for some of you, and this is the thing of where you take the bits that resonate. There was a very extreme element of this pile. For some of you, it may be a much lesser degree Do you see what I mean? There could just be a bit of self-deception, self-sabotage. The Seven of Swords didn't come out, and I almost want to keep pulling cards because I'm like, why hasn't it come out? But it's here energetically. And I think it hasn't come out because this person is just not even conscious enough for it to come out. But they do feel guilty deep down, which is why they may not be around. I'm so intrigued by the energy, I almost want to keep on, but I'm not going to. Because I have to do my paid readings. But yeah, I will do another reading next weekend. So vote on the community tab. I'll put a topic up to vote soon. Please subscribe, like, and comment. It helps me out a lot. And when I get to 3,000 subscribers, there'll be a chance to win a free reading. I will be away between the 24th of October and the 5th of November. So if you want a reading with me before I go away, please book soon. Because I won't process any of those readings till I'm back that are over that time frame. Sending you guys so much love, light, and positivity, and wishing you all the best. And if pile 3 really resonated, I'm sending you much love, okay? Take care, love and light.